Hello, welcome to the All or Nothing podcast. Our official sponsors are KR Couriers and Transport Limited. This is a Northwest based courier company delivering all across the UK. They can assist in home moves and removals to large, heavy and bulky items, collections and drop-offs. Fast, safe and reliable deliveries. Please get in touch for a free quote. You'll find all the information within the description. Thank you. Hello everybody and welcome to the All or Nothing podcast, and today's special guest is none other than Stephen French, aka The Devil. Thanks for coming on, Steve. So we had a little chat before we started the podcast, and you were telling me this is something you've been a little bit apprehensive over because you haven't done nothing for a while. So tell us a little bit about what's going on.
So I had a very large social media presence. And I was delivering a message of love, light and hope. And it was beginning to gather traction. And I was calling out corruption on Merseyside, calling out certain individuals who had pristine public images, but in private were deeply compromised, but had power over the people in Liverpool. And I ended up getting crucified for it. I ended up on a rape charge. I ended up being accused of nonce of my own 18-month-old daughter. And it affected me deeply. Yeah, and I drew back from everything. Now, we've made an introduction through a mutual friend of ours called Jed Mach. Jed Mach is a Christian brother of mine, because I was saved in 2009. I'm a born-again Christian, yeah, right? People disbelieve that I'm serious about the things that I say. They disbelieve my religion. They disbelieve my faith. They disbelieve what I say. I have to evidence everything that I say, independently from my word. Otherwise, I'm labelled a lying black bee. And Jed convinced me, yeah, to come and do the podcast with you. And he explained to me that me and you have a little bit of history. Yeah. Something happened between you and my lad, yeah, a while back, and he was misbehaving or whatever, and me and you had to have a telephone conversation, and you found me to be a reasonable person. Yeah. And we had a conversation, and I had some words with me lad, and we sorted everything out. And he actually remembers it, because I didn't remember it. And I put it to him, he goes, yeah. And he came in and you bust the coffee table. He was upset over something. Yeah.
Calling me a barlet.
Yeah, but it turned out you was your dad sitting, it was after the 160 there, and it didn't need to go any further. Yeah. So we find ourselves in this situation now. So I'm beginning to put my, through Jed, yeah, I'm beginning to put my foot back in the water. Yeah, right, because as you know, yeah, my nickname was the Devil. Now, as the Devil, that was a nickname that was given to me in the 80s and 90s, when I used to do what's called tax and drug dealers, yeah, kidnapping and torturing them and taking the money, yeah, right. That's what I used to do, yeah, right. It was kind of the perfect crime because they couldn't go to the old bill. Made a lot of money doing that. Moved over into security, but I always knew in my own heart of hearts that I was more than that. That there was more to me than just using my physicality, yeah, to take things from people that didn't belong to me, yeah, right. But I was angry. I was angry because being born in Liverpool and raised in Liverpool in the 70s, yeah, right. I'm a mixed race lad, yeah, right. And it wasn't called Toxteth then, Bill. We were the South End, yeah. We only became Toxteth
after the riots.
After the riots, and the media got involved. Yeah. But before that, anybody from Liverpool 8, yeah, we were known as the South End Shines, and that's what we used to answer to, yeah. And it was interesting, yeah, right, because growing up, we had our backs to the Mersey, we're surrounded by Lodge Lane boot boys, Ale Road boot boys, Hyde Park Street boot boys, Park Lane boot boys, yeah, all skinheads, Crombie wearing, Ben Sherman wearing, braces, oxblood red airwear, yeah, that they used to call shine stompers. Yeah, right. And you was unlucky enough to get caught by the skinheads, you get kicked to death. So it was murder. Yeah, but that was all part and parcel of growing up in Liverpool in the 70s when I was a teenager. So that's where my kind of background comes from. Yeah, and it was the birth of my daughter in 1994. I was a kid with a kid. I asked Stephen. Yeah, Stephen's 41 now. Yeah, I had him when I was 21. I was a kid with a kid. But by the time I was 34 in 94 and I had it, I was established security guy. Yeah, I had 500 lads working for me. Yeah, doing 5 million quid. £1 million profit a year, and life was good. Yeah, right. But I wanted to be around for that girl. Yeah, my PIC, my partner in crime, was a lad called Andrew John. Andrew John was murdered in 91. And that's when I began to make
changes.
Attempt to make the changes. Because as you know, Bill, you can want to change. Yeah, but making the changes and saying you want to change, the worlds apart. And you can always get drawn back in and dragged back in by individuals. It's like one of the reasons why I was apprehensive to do the podcast is they'll come out of the woodwork to attack me. They'll come out of the woodwork to attack me in the comments. People that don't even know me, have never met me, and they'll all have something to say about me. I know that the grass shouts will go out. I'll know that the non-shouts will go out. I know that the rapist shouts will go out, and none of them are true. And the reason why, let's take the snitch. I'm a snitch.
Yeah.
If I was a snitch, and the way people come after me, the statements would have been plastered all online now. So when they say, okay, he's not a snitch, he's a police informer, I'm going to send you some pictures for you to put up when you're talking about a police informer, and you'll see how I get handled by the police. By the photographs I've got, they use my head to open the door, bringing me into Whittle Police Station. Yeah, and I've fought with the police my whole life.
So do you feel, just a quick one on that, right? So do you think if you were a police informer, that the police would deal with you a bit differently?
Well,
because that's what you're going to get people saying. They're going to say, okay, so is that just a ploy, or is this actual factual?
Well, look, see, I can't stop people thinking what they want to think.
No, of course not.
Right? And if they want to believe that about me, they can believe that about me. All I know is it's not true. Yeah. All I know, is my traditional enemy is Merseyside police. I'll give you for example. Right now, since the invention of mobile phones, everybody knows that coppers do people in. Yeah, right? But when we were saying it in the 70s and 80s, nobody believed us. Now, I remember in 1981 when Maggie Thatcher set the old bill onto the miners. I had a miner come up to me and he goes, I never used to believe you black fellas about the old bill. I said, what, you want a medal? Yeah, right? Because we've been saying it for years.
Yeah.
Bill, this is what they used to do with us. Yeah, we're from the South End. Did Nichols put us in a Land Rover and drop us off in the bull ring? Yeah, right. And that's like being behind enemy lines back in those days.
Yeah,
right. Because as the South End shines, you couldn't go anywhere unless there was a gang of yous. Yeah, right. Because you would get stomped. Yeah, right. And it's not like I'm complaining. That's just the way it was. Because if they came into our area, they'd get stomped. It's happening again now with the kids with these postcode wars. But now, it's not blacks against whites because they're all mixed together. Yeah, you got in London. I'm living in London now, and you've got these white kids, and they sound. If you listen to them on the phone, you'd think they was black kids.
Yeah.
But it's the same type of stuff going on. So with regards to, is it a cover for an informer? Well, I was stitched up on a rape.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Now, I've got a baby that she's 7. I was with one girl, and I got another girl pregnant. And an abortion was set. We was going to have an abortion. Yeah. But then my daughter, Abby, she fell pregnant. 2015, she took me for my birthday meal in Manchester, and she told me that she was pregnant. And I had a crisis of conscience. And the crisis of conscience that I had was, how could I be celebrating the birth of my first grandchild while arranging for an abortion? Yeah, with a child that could possibly be mine. So some bird that I was having sex with, yeah, and she was having sex with somebody else, but I was in the frame. Yeah, I was in the frame. So I sent her a message, told her to have the baby, but I was living with another bird. I never told her. Somebody phoned her up, told her that I'm having the baby hasn't been aborted, but I've got to be careful with what I say, because she has anonymity for life, because she accused me of rape. You're right. So I've got to be careful what I say. You're right. I can't give away her identity because I can be charged, but I can talk about the coppers that were involved and what they actually did. Yeah. So somebody's phoned her, told her still having a baby. She's then trying to goad me into an argument, asking me. Now, I don't argue with birds. Yeah, I take my dad's position, read the paper, or go for a walk. But I'm not going to argue with a bird because you can't win. She's trying to goad me. She's trying to goad me. She's trying to goad me. She can't get a response out of me. She spits in my face, and I chase her across the living room. But she jumps down the stairs. Yeah. She says, that's it. I'm getting you recalled. You're going back to jail. She gets on the phone and she's pretend crying into the phone. He's killing me. I say to her son, who's an 18-year-old lad, visiting us from Dubai, I say to him, if you don't stop your ma trying to stitch me up, I'll take it up with you and all the men in your family. Then she goes, that's it. We've got him. Threats on tape. She was recording me. So, flash forward, yeah, right. She goes to the police station. She phones. The old bill come. I'm lying in bed. The old bill come. I'm on license for the pistol whipping. A pistol whip somebody in 250. I'll come to that in a minute. Yeah, but I'm on license. And she's gone to the old bill. She said I've assaulted her. Yeah, right. She's come out to the police station. She's phoned me up. She said, oh, I'm sorry, I was drunk, I should have done that. I said, listen, love, you phoned the old bill on me. Yeah, right, I'm moving out. Me and you were done, it's over. 17 hours later, she goes back in. When a woman gets questioned over domestic abuse, the question as a vulnerable person, and they're asked the question, and she was asked, has Mr. French ever sexually assaulted you? 17 hours earlier, she says no. When she knows I'm finishing with him and I don't want to be there anymore, she goes back in and says, yeah, he raped me 2 weeks before Christmas. They come and nick me. Now, part of the paperwork, yeah, right, I get recalled to jail, and I know that they're going to charge me with rape. I know that they're going to go after me as fully as they can, even though they know it's bollocks. And they know it right at the beginning. In the police station, they know it's bollocks. I have phone messages on my phone where she says, nigga, please, you told me you took the bitch for an abortion. Watch what I do now. Yeah, right? And I'm telling them, get me phone. I'll show them my phone. We won't look at the phone. Fast forward, yeah, I fighting them. I sack my barrister. I've got a barrister, you know, and the barrister's preparing for a trial. Yeah, but I'm trying to knock out this case before trial. So I sack him. And as a strategy, on the 13th of September 2016, I filed for what you called an abusive process. Yeah, right? And I knew I had no chance of winning it. And the judge was a judge called Dennis Watson QC. Yeah, Judge Younger. He's actually younger than me, this judge. He's a QC, and he's a stalwart of the society. They give him the hard cases where they're going to railroad lads like us that find ourselves in hot water. The old Bill finally had a witness against me that was prepared to go to court. Yeah, right. So they weren't going to let this opportunity go, and they were going to railroad me all the way. But I knew that they were going to railroad me. So I filed for an abusive process. I knew that I couldn't win the abusive process, but they'd gone into my account, they took money out of my account. I was being blackmailed by them for £50,000 that they dropped the charges. Friends of mine, that I thought were friends of mine, Andrew's brother BJ, were getting involved and trying to get money out of me to get her to drop the charges. Got a mate called Carl Crabby. Crabby taped them up. We sent the tapes to the CPS. They then realised the case was collapsing. So they phoned us up, my solicitor up, and they said to my solicitor, if he pleads guilty to the threats to kill, that was when I told the lad, if you go on the phone, I'll take it up with you and all your family. Now, he'd made a statement saying, I said, I'll kill you and I'll kill everybody in your family, which is what I never said. The police officer that attended on the night, her name was PC 7644 Katie Grant. Page 23, page 2. Page 23, the case bundle. In her second statement, it says, and the lady, she who can't be named, showed me several tape recordings of the way Stephen spoke to her. Yeah. The police officer that was dealing with it was a policewoman called, a most pernicious female police officer called DC 4849 Lucy Neal. Lucy Neal said to me, I've heard the tape of you spitting. Yeah, you spat at her. And I said, no, it wasn't me spitting on the tape, it was her spitting. So I knew they'd heard the tapes. Yeah, so now those tapes became crucial. Yeah, those tapes either cleared me or established my guilt on the threats to kill charge. They're now ready to drop the rape stuff because they know it's going nowhere. Yeah, right. And I've managed to smash that before trial. So now I'm trying to get the tapes. Chief Prosecutor Siobhan Blake says there's no tapes. But DC 4849 Lucy Neal has said she's heard the tapes. PC 7644 Katie Grant said she's been played the tapes. But the CPS are saying they've got no tapes. So just like Jerry Conlon from the Birmingham Bombs, just like the footballer, what was his name? The lad that got done for rape. His name escapes me at the present moment in time. Yeah, right. But they withheld the evidence. He got found guilty. Did a 5, came out, then got the evidence later on and got everything quashed. Yeah. He was my barometer. He was my barometer. I wasn't going to let that happen to me. So I started to ask for the tapes. They say they haven't got the tapes. So I had to plead guilty to the threats to kill. To get out, I needed to get out. Yeah. Now, I got out. And what I've been doing now since then, Bill, is I've been involved in a campaign where I've been taking them all to court for it. Yeah. But I've taken them outside of the comfort zone and I've taken them to the Royal Courts of Justice. Now, there's a belief in the South End that I've lost my mind, that I've gone off in my head, when I've actually been waging a one-man war against Merseyside Police, Mersey and Cheshire CPS, Liverpool Children's Social Services, the probation services, and I'm actually winning in court. I'm actually starting to clear my name, and this is the reason that I'm coming back, because now I've collated all my evidence. Yes, I've made subject access requests under the Freedom of Information Act 2000 to get all the paperwork that they hold on me. Yeah. So I can see what they've got on me, and I've built my own cases. And now, rather than have a high-priced lawyer, I represent myself as the litigant in person, and I question them. I've represented myself in the Old Bailey and the dock, questioning coppers and making them fall to bits. And it's been very cathartic for me, right? Because from a child, being in social services care, I was in care homes when I was a kid. I was being branded a dirty lying black bastard. Sorry for swearing, Jed. Yeah, a dirty lying black bastard. So one of my coping skills to get against that is a time and date stamp everything. Everything that I say to you, I can independently prove to you other than my word. Yeah, because that's what I have to do to be believed. Yeah, right? Because I've internalized that what happened to me in the kids' homes. And I've wrote a new book. The new book's called The Devil Decoded, because I've decoded the devil. Because I'm no longer the devil. I'm now the fighting preacher. And the fighting preacher, I've spoke to 1 billion people. People say, no, you haven't spoke to 1 billion people. You're talking out your ass. I spoke to 100 million people on one day. I found myself in a church called New Life Church. I wasn't supposed to be able to go to Granby Street. Yeah, the black lads were supposed to be going to slaughter me in Granby Street if I went there. I used to go to the church on Granby Street at 10:30 in the morning. Yeah, and I'd be at the church at 10:30. And there was a preacher there called Bishop Ebby. He's passed away now. Bishop Ebby said to me, you will talk to millions. You will talk to millions of people. And I thought, no, I'm not going to talk to millions of people. 2012, I went to the Olympic Games and I bumped into Evander Holyfield. Me and Evander Holyfield became friends. I had him over doing some stuff. And we were doing an interview for Sky TV. And the guy from Sky TV says, Stephen, we want to do Evander first. And we'll do you second on the Sunday. And I thought, they're stitching me up. They don't want to put me on, they're stitching me up. But it wasn't about me. Because I had Evander talking about peace through participation. I had a world championship boxer talking about lads joining martial arts. And what would you rather do? Take a dojo class or class A judges? What would you rather attend? A fight or a funeral? Yeah. What would you rather fight with? Gloves or guns? Yeah, right. Because I was trying to bring back the straightener. Yeah, stop shooting each other. Have a little scrap in the ring, and let's take it from there.
What do you think, right, Steve? While I'm on the subject, right before I forget, because I was talking about this earlier on today, and you might know these two characters. I'm pretty sure you do. Gary Spears and Terry O'Neill.
Both friends of mine.
Yeah. So Gary, I believe, was like a tough.
Listen, Gary Spears was a Maori, a man mountain. Yeah, right. He was Goju style Goju karate. Yeah, and he used to work in security. Used to work with. I've done a few jobs with him. Work with Alfie. Andrew was still. Quick story on that. Andrew was still alive. And there's a club called RJ's over the water. Me and him took over the door. Yeah, Starley Kumas, I think the lad's name was. Anyway, about 40 bodybuilders turned up to get us, but the doorway was down. Andy Palmer was like, the doorway was dead narrow like that. And we did what we needed to do, say no more in the narrow doorway.
Yeah.
Anyway, they sent for somebody to sort me out and to get us off the door. So we're that way, and then one day I'm there, and I look out the window, and it's Gary Spears, and they're expecting murder to go on. I come out, and just like in Enter the Dragon, when Chuck Norris sees Bob Wall, and he bows down to him, I said, Sensei. And he goes, Gobba, it's fucking you, Gobba, it's you. Yeah, right. And we played them like a fiddle. Yeah. They'd kick off, we'd get brought in, and that was my story with Gary. Teddy was my neighbour in Eleanor Park, one of the best martial artists ever.
Wow, lethal, yeah.
Absolutely lethal, and a lethal doorman. Yeah, right. Absolutely incredible martial artist. But you see, one of the things that people fail to realise about me, yeah, right, is that I'm former English, British, European, and world kickboxing champion. Waco All-Stars kickboxing organisation. I held all them titles at one time. Yeah. In terms of, and if you see me badge there, that's the Kazuna Brotherhood. Yeah, right. That's a 50-year-old brotherhood. Yeah, right. Inside this brotherhood, I'm supposed to not like white people. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
One of my brothers is a brother called Peter McDowell. He was Gary Spizer's number one student. I was Ronnie Colwell's number one student. And they put us together. Yeah, Gojiru and Shotokan. Yeah, we've been friends for 50 years. He was at my brother's funeral yesterday. He seen me for the first time in a while. And he said, Stephen, you've got peace in your face at last. Because I'm very relaxed now. When I came out of jail, I was livid. They nonced me off, Bill.
Yeah.
They tried to nonce me off. Listen, the grass stuff and all that was neither here nor there, but being nonced off, being called a rapist and a kiddie fiddler, yeah. When what had happened to me in the kids' homes, because here's one for you, and this is one, and I'll send you the stuff.
Yeah.
When I came out of jail, I wrote a 40,000-page unofficial paper, white paper, and it was called Institutional Racism and Malfeasance in Public Office on Merseyside. And this was the start of my complaints, and I called them all out. And I sent it to Theresa May was the Prime Minister, Liz Truss was the Home Secretary, and Amber Heard was the Justice Minister. And I sent a recorded delivery to all of them, and I'm going to send you the signed receipts and the letters that I got from the Prime Minister. And as a result of that, Merseyside Historical Child Abuse Detective DC Lee Stinchcombe opened an investigation. And he went and seen my child files before me. Yeah. All I could remember is Woolton Vale and a home in Woolton Vale and a geezer giving us presents. Yeah, right, that tried to touch me up. He went and found the child files. Yeah. As part of Operation Winterkey, they found at Woolton Vale Child Assessment Centre, yeah, Jimmy Savile was there. He was there when I was there. Yeah, and if he was alive today, this is the cop, and I send you the email from the copper. If he was alive today, he'd be charged with what happened with me. Now, just to make it clear, yeah, right, nobody got anywhere near my backside. Nobody did anything to do with me because I had a fire engine with a yellow ladder on it and I smashed him in the face. He's the first guy that I ever made bleed. I went into that home, Billy, yeah, as a kid called Smiley, yeah, and in that home is where the devil was started to be made, yeah, for the abuse that I got in there. They beat me to keep me quiet over it. They beat me black and blue. That was in 1965.
See, people don't understand that, do they?
Wait a minute. It was closed down in 1985 as part of Operation Care.
20 years later.
Wait a minute. Operation Care. 25 social workers went to jail for sexual and physical abuse against children. I was there 20 years earlier, the only black kid. Yeah. Called Smiler. Yeah, right. That, if this was an MC Marvel story, that's the original stories. You know, like you got the original stories of the Joker and he falls into the vat.
Yeah.
That's where the devil was born, in that home. Yeah, that's when my rage started, my hatred, yeah, of anything with services in it. Yeah, right. Police, social services, social workers, I despise them all. Yeah, right. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're all nonsense. Yeah, right. And they tried to nonce me. Yeah, anybody tried to nonce me when I was get a screwdriver rammed into the brain, because I'm a South End kid. Yeah, right. We were feral. We were taught to fight from early on. Remember I told you, our backs against the Mersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, our backs against the Mersey, surrounded by skinheads. Yeah, right. We forced our way out and we won. What you got to remember, Bill, yeah, right, in the 80s, I'm the first guy. Niggers weren't supposed to be able to go to the North End. I went to North End. I used to go to Green Man. Yeah, on Vauxhall Road in the 70s, because that's the type of guy that I was. You know what? The stories with the grafting are all well documented.
Yeah.
But I was there, Bill. I was there. I fought with Tommy Gilday. I fought with the Whites. I fought with them all. And not only did I fight with them all, we won. We won and we maintained our position. Yeah. And it's likes of me. When I was a kid, small kid, yeah, I remember walking Pele. Pele was coming to play in the World Cup 1966. He was going to play at Goodison. And my Uncle Jimmy took me for tickets. And I can remember seeing a sign, no blacks, no Irish, no dogs. Yeah, no blacks, no Irish, no dogs. We didn't get to see the football. Yeah, right? Pele got took off. All the monkey noises and all that still happens today. Yeah, right? Now, because I can point racism out doesn't make me a racist. Because I'm not. There's Jed over there, my white mate. Peter, my brother for 50 years. I'm not a racist. I've got white friends. But I know that Liverpool's got a bad problem with racism. People don't like to admit it. Yeah, right? But I know that's true because I was one of the guys that fought against it. Yeah, I was one of the guys that took the colour bars off the doors. I took the doors over. Black lads can't come in here. I'm taking the doors over. And those who were there know it's the truth. Yeah. I don't have to prove that. Yeah, you can see it itself. So that's where the rage came from. Because I was a raging guy. You get me?
Yeah.
But doing this work that I've done and getting all the child files and getting all the paperwork and doing what I need to do, I've managed to decode that devil. Yeah. And the fighting preacher's being born. And to just reiterate on the story that I was telling you, yeah, which he said he'll speak to millions. And with Evander Holyfield, Evander does his interview. They come for me the next day. And they send a car for me. And the driver's in the car and the guy goes, "Do you know, Mr. French, today you're going to speak to 50 million people. Do you know what you're going to tell them?" And I said, "I'm going to tell them about love, light and hope." Yeah. That was in the morning. In the afternoon, I was on Radio Europe. Radio Europe has 50 million listeners. That's 100 million people in one day I've spoke to about love, light and hope. Documented and evidenced. If you Google in the 18th of April 2012, Evander Holyfield, you'll find the interviews. They took mine down because I told them this. I told them the British economy is like 20 biscuits. There's 20 biscuits on a table. Yeah. The bankers and the politicians take 19 biscuits, Bill. Yeah. And then they say to the workers, the British workers, "Look, the immigrants are after your biscuits. You have one biscuit." And it works every time. Yeah, right? They couldn't have the message that's simplified so people could understand it. So that's being removed. Any of my love, light and hope stuff is being, all the devil stuff you can see. But anything about me talking about loving each other, putting your guns down, yeah, have a fight. Get in the ring, knock lumps off each other, yeah, and then have a drink. Like what we used to do when we were young, Bill. Yeah, but they don't do that anymore. You want to, and too many of my friends are being murdered.
So where did the pistol whipping come then?
So
because it's like it's.
Listen,
people will say you're contradicting what you've just said. Then
what it is I'm guilty of a hypocritical act.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I'm guilty of it, and let me explain it to you this way. It's 2005. It's 2005.
Yeah.
And I'm bruised, Bill. I'm bruised. Yeah. I've got enough money to buy an American commercial green card and go and live in a gated community in America. Yeah. And my daughter can go to the university that Aranti works at. Yeah, right. But I want to give something back. So I open up the Increase the Peace program. Yeah. From 2005 to 2013. I'm campaigning. Yeah. Anti-gun messages. But I'm being attacked from all sides. There's a Christian testimony on Vimeo where I speak about it a year before I get nicked. Yeah, right. They're coming out the woodwork at me. Yeah. I'm getting shots fired at me. I'm getting people trying to do me in. Yeah, right. But I'm resisting. I'm also doing commercial debt recoveries. Yeah, right. It's taxing but legal. Yeah. And there's a kid that I want to come and work for me, and he owes some lad 1,500 quid. So I paid the lad the 1,500 quid. Yeah. And he misconstrues that as me being weak. Yeah. Now, that's back end of February 2012. In March, on the 2nd of March, I'm fighting at the Troxy as the fighting preacher, yeah, against some kid called Rocky. I'm 53 and I'm having a fight, gloves, not guns. I'm putting it on the line. I want to fight a kid that's had 9 fights, never been beat, to show the lads, get in the ring and have a scrap, don't be scared. If you get done, you get done. So this kid, he starts to make threats to the staff. So I said to him, come down and have me fight in the ring. He says, no, I'm going to end you, I'm going to shoot you. Yeah. And I broke, Bill. I broke wide open. Because he threatened he said he's going to burn down my sister's shop, and he threatened my daughters. Yeah, so I broke wide open. So I decided I was going to kill him. Because I got caught with a machete and a fake piece. Yeah, right. Now I'm a swordsman. Yeah, right. I don't really like guns. Yeah, right. And I was going to chop his head off.
Yeah.
No, serious, Bill.
No, I believe you.
Yeah. I was going to, I'd gone. It got to me too much. Yeah, you're right. So I was in Callans on Dale Street, and I've bought the chopper, and I'm looking down, but I'm hearing a voice, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not kill. The Christian stuff, thou shalt not kill. And I see this piece, and it looks like a real piece. Now, Bill, if I want to get a real piece, I can get a real piece. But I decide, I won't kill him, I'll pistol whip him like a punk. And I'll pistol whip that punk, mate. Oh. Listen, I pistol whipped the punk. He went to hospital, and I went to jail. My family was safe.
Yeah.
My karate brothers had organised a ceremony for me, and I got a living treasure certificate. I've got it on my wall. I'll send you the picture of it. Yeah, right. For defending my family in the old ways.
Yeah.
You understand? In the old ways, because I'm a man of high honour. Yeah, right. And I had to accept that I was now a hypocrite. You understand?
Yeah.
Guilty of a hypocritical act. I wrote a letter to the Echo apologising to everybody. I did one thing wrong, Bill, and I apologise. There was a girl, when I've pistol whipped him, he's run out the office, and I've chased him out the office, and my blood's up, his head's cut. But I want him now. Yeah. And I've run into the foyer, and as I've run into the foyer, I realise I'm on video. So I go over to the young girl and I say to the young girl, give me the fucking video. As you do.
As you do?
Yeah, give me the video. She says, I would, Stephen, but it's recorded at a separate location. Right there and then when I knew I was going to jail.
Yeah.
Right there and then I knew I was going to jail.
There's no way of getting it back.
Listen. I pleaded guilty and I took my lumps. Yeah. It was a fake piece. Do you know what I got? I got 6 years, mate. I got 6 years. I got 2 off for the guilty plea. Yeah. I ended up with a 4 and I did 2. Yeah. I got out for 1 and I got recalled for the other one. So I ended up doing 3. Yeah. For the fake piece. There's a lad that come in and held up a bank with the same fake piece. He got 14 months. I got slammed, but I got lambasted in the press, and rightly so. And then that put me anti-gun campaign in the river. But I came out, and I wasn't an anti-gun campaigner. I just started a peace campaign and do the same work again, because who isn't guilty of a hypocritical act? Yeah, and I was taken to the brink, Bill. He took me to the brink, and I fell in. Yeah. So I came out, and I moved to London. Yeah. I've been told that I was chased out of London. Listen to me closely. There ain't a prick in Liverpool who could chase me out of Liverpool, even today. There ain't one around. I left because I wanted to get away from the jurisdiction of Whittle probation, that was stitching me up regular, calling me back for anything, Merseyside police, Mersey and Chester. I wanted to get away from that authority and be down south and give myself a breather. Because all my family moved up out. I was the last man standing. He sent me a...
Wasn't he an alteration with like Sam Walker all the sudden?
Coming to that.
Yeah.
I'm coming to that. Right, that's what I'm coming to. Getting taken to the brink the second time.
Yeah.
So when I get recalled, right, he's up my backside in jail, mate. Because apparently, first time I was in jail, he wrote to the Echo or saying that he threw me down the stairs. I wrote to the Echo and said, what you've wrote, you threw me down the stairs. Yeah, right. He then said it was his mate that wrote a letter in. He never threw me down those stairs. That never happened. So when I get into he apologised to me. I said, okay, we can be friends. I'm just trying to do my job and I have no aggravation. He's in jail with me and he's telling me he's got a bird in the CPS that can help me with my case. I said, I don't need your help, mate, with my case. I'm going to sort out my case. Yeah, but I told him that when I got out, what I was going to do with the freedom of information, and I was going to attack all them the way they've attacked me, because I knew I was going to beat that case, Bill.
Yeah.
I wrote a poem about it. I write poetry, and I wrote a poem called The Lion versus the Sheep. Yeah, because a lion doesn't concern himself with the opinion of sheep. I ain't no sheep. I'm a lion, and I know who I am. So he comes out now. He likes notoriety. So when I've got the Jimmy Savile stuff, he says he's a liar. Why hasn't he put it in his fucking book? Why wasn't it in his book? Why wasn't it in this? It turns out the memories were regressed. Yeah, the beatings that I took, the memories were regressed. When I got recalled and got charged with the other rape and I got attacked in jail and whacked on the head, that triggered my memories, because Eddie had to phone the jail up and he said to Spencer Benjamin, Frenchie's fucked, they're going to turn him into the next Jimmy Savile. I got onto the phone to my old Bill and said, the old Bill they're saying they're going to turn me to Jimmy Savile. Then I started having flashbacks. Yeah, right. Turns out, Bill, yeah, right. When I went down south, I was listless. Came out of jail. I was fighting, but I was listless. I had no energy. Yeah, right. Didn't want to have sex. And so I went to get my blood checked. Yeah, I thought there's something testosterone. My blood, everything's fine. Yeah. So they tell me that I'm depressed and that they want to put me on medication. I said, no chance. I'm not taking no medication. I want counselling. So I paid £80 an hour to go and see some counsellor myself. Yeah, right. And he diagnosed me with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Complex post-traumatic stress disorder is trauma from your adult life, re-triggers, regress memories in your childhood, and that's what makes the post-traumatic stress complex. Now what you got to remember is I've survived 7 assassination attempts. They tried to smash me over the back of the head with a can of tuna in jail. Yeah, right. I was in a war. Yeah, I had the old Bill trying to fit me up with a rape. Yeah, I had my mates trying to blackmail me. Yeah. And I was fighting on 3 fronts. Yeah. That took a toll. And it actually took a toll on me mentally. Yeah, it didn't break me. But it made me have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Knowing what happened and understanding it was the road back. Yeah, was the road back. If you watch one of my podcasts, yeah, I've got a stammer on it.
Yeah. You get a lot of beef for that as well, don't you?
It was the whack on the back of the head.
Yeah.
Listen, I got whacked on the back of the head. Yeah. Now.
So you never used to stammer?
If you watch all my other videos, no.
No.
And it's and if you watch the James English one, yeah. It's not. It was just the pressure that I was under. Yeah. Right. And it's difficult to admit it because I don't see myself as a weak person.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then I used to believe mental health and all that was a load of bollocks. Yeah. Until it happened to me. Until I had an episode of it. Yeah. And then I understood it. And people like Tyson Fury gave me the courage to say, yeah, I've had a mental health episode. Yeah, right. But at the present moment in time, here and now, I'm a very articulate man.
Yeah.
I'm a very intelligent man. Yeah, right? And I'm fighting a war against the establishment. But here's the interesting part. I'm actually winning. I'm doing it myself. And it's been going on, and it's all slowly becoming to show. And you're the first person that I'm starting to share some of the stuff that I'm with it. Because the devil decoded. The book The Devil was wrote with me and Graham Johnson. Yeah, right? That sold 45,000 copies. Yeah. This book, I've got to wait till my ma passes away. Because there's certain things I've got to say about my childhood that I'm not going to say while she's alive.
This is yet to be published.
It's writ.
Yeah, it's writ, but
it's writ. It's writ. But my ma's on her last legs. You get me? She's 89. Yeah, she was born 1934. She'll be 90 next year. Yeah, right? She's got Alzheimer's. She doesn't even know who I am. Her quality of life is lousy. But I love my mum.
Yeah.
I adore my mum. And I'll wait for it to pass until I let out the secrets of what happened to us when we were kids. What made me into a devil. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. What made me the way that I was. And it's called the decoding of it because, Billy, I was made to be a certain way. I've undone all that. And now I'm the way that I choose to be. And I feel strong.
Yeah.
I feel powerful. And I feel... There's a word in Japanese called kokoru. Kokoru means your spirit, your inner heart. Yeah. My kokoru is on fire with the Holy Spirit. That's the only religious spirit I'll give you.
Yeah.
You're right? Because I've been saved from death divinely several times. I had more reason to be dead than Andrew John. I was taken into prison. He got murdered. My case fell apart and I came home. Yeah. A lad. It's on Young Gunmen. It's on Young Gunmen, the Panorama program.
Yeah.
30 yards away from him he was. Yeah. Fired 5 shots at me. Yeah. I chased them up the road. I never had nothing. They've got guns and I'm running after them. Yeah. Not a bullet touched me. Not a bullet touched me. Yeah. Because I have a message to deliver. And I've spoke to 1 billion people. People say, no, you haven't spoke to 1 billion people. Danny Dyer, first episode, season 1. Yeah, been on a loop since 2008. Yeah, been seen by 800 million people around the world. I've just evidenced that I spoke to 100 million. There's 900. Take me other videos and my documentaries with Russ Kemp and all them. I'm well up to have spoken to 1 billion people. There's not many people that can say that. Yeah. Now, and the first person to start doing podcasts and the fighting preacher stuff, I was doing them in 2015. I'm an innovator, not an imitator. Yeah. But I took a break, Bill.
Yeah.
I took a break to regroup. Yeah. And then some strange connection has got me sitting across the table from you saying that the fighting preacher's back.
I actually didn't think you were going to be turning up, to be honest. When Jed got in touch with me, Jed's in the background. Thanks, Jed, for this, by the way. Jed contacted me and said, Stephen will be here tomorrow.
No, listen to this. You was right to think that.
Yeah.
You was right to think that. Yeah, right. And I was very apprehensive about... Because, wait, these will be your best... I'll give you two predictions. These will be your best numbers.
Yeah.
And you'll get your most negative comments. But you'll get your most views. And you'll also get your most thumbs up. Because that's what you look at. It's only dickheads in the comments. You understand? Yeah. Look at... If you know the video's good, it's thumbs up. You understand? Because so many people just look and don't say nothing. You understand? But I know how this game works. I know how to read this game. If I give him a word to Jed, I'll bend over backwards to keep it.
Yeah.
Because he's a good friend of mine. Yeah, you're right. And he was keen for me to do it. Yeah. And I was apprehensive. But now I've sat and I've spoke. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've done it. I'm glad I've done it. And the message that I want to give, is that I was made into a devil. Yeah. By circumstances of birth. Yeah. The social topography of the time, the way it was at the time, when I was a kid, right? No blacks, no Irish, no dogs. Yeah, all that stuff. You can go, it's two things that happen. I love dogs. Yeah, right. Now, if you get a dog and you batter a dog, two things happen with that dog. Yeah, go near it and it cowers and starts peeing.
Yeah.
Or it becomes a junkyard dog that you can leave to mind the house. I became a junkyard dog through the brutalization of what happened to me. Yeah, in the care homes. Now remember, I was there the 60s.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to make, when people want to look, go and look at Woolton Vale Children's Assessment Centre and see what happened in the 80s. See what they did to them. I was there in the 60s when he was doing, and I was fighting with fucking men, kid. As a kid, stabbing them with screwdrivers to keep them away from me. Do you understand? And the copper found it all in my files. The copper, he said, I'm glad I wasn't, he's a mixed race lad, the copper himself. He goes, I'm glad I wasn't alive in those times. He said, reading your files so sad. He read it, I lived it. But I don't say it in terms of woe is me, or feel sorry for me, because I hate sympathy. I say it matter of factly. This is what happened. Because I'm after getting this child, the kid, she's 7 now, and I want to raise her as a single father. I went after her when she was 2. They knocked me back because of my criminal history. Yeah, I've been down south, sorting myself out, seeing counsellors, doing the work, doing what they call the work, to sanitize myself in order to be a stepfather. Because you know me, lad. I raised me, lad. You don't know me daughter, but I raised my daughter. I raise my own children. I'm not a deadbeat dad, and I want to raise this other kid. I want to raise him myself. Yeah. And I'm in the process of going through that now, because the thinking about taking the kids off the mat, and because I've got parental rights, they've got to come to me. So I've been sanitizing myself, doing all this work, so they can't talk about my criminal history. Yeah, I have. The last time I was arrested was 2016. Yeah, all that's behind me, Bill. Yeah, right. I've learned my triggers. I've learned not to react. And I have good friends that will, when I'm going to fall off the edge, it's like, and we'll finish on this one, Bill.
Yeah.
The Sam Walker story. Yeah. We went off. So, I go do a newspaper article about Jimmy Savile. He then attacks me on social media. He's lying. He's a liar. He told me he was going to do this. I'm just basically going on with himself. Yeah. The mother of the baby and the lady that accused me of rape get hold of him. She gives him pictures of the baby. When I was seeing her, she was taking pictures of me. She was besotted with me, so she used to take pictures of me when I was asleep. Yeah. There's pictures of me online with no clothes on. Yeah, right. But I've got a great big cock. You get me? So I've got nothing to be embarrassed about. You understand? Yeah, right. So, but he's put the photographs, naked photographs of me with the baby, and I'll send you it because I want you to put it up if you can get it. If you can get it past the censors, where it says I'm interfering with the kid. Yeah, I'm interfering with the baby. He comes to London, 2nd of April. He comes to London. He says, drive to London to come and see me. Yeah, he wants to have a straightening with me. Yeah, I tell him, I phone my mate up in Wrexham, and my birthday's in October. I say to him, you're a fat twat. Yeah. Get yourself fit, and we'll have a 4-round match. Yeah, in Wrexham. I was going to wreck him at Wrexham, I call it. Put posters up, I made posters and everything, but he shit himself.
What was going to be a proper like you and him on the posters?
Listen. I'll send you the posters so you can put it up so the people can see the story. Yeah, right. Because I was going to punch his head in. He can't. He's a pudding. So he says he came down to London with 2 carloads. He says he got stopped off the old bill. Yeah. He's taking me to the brink again, the same way when I pistol whipped the kid. Yeah, right. A really good friend of mine called Ian Hollywood. Yeah. Well, right. We had a history back to Life Cafe. He put it on my toes on Life Cafe. But we became friends. The story we became friends is for another day. Yeah, he wrote to me in prison. He came down on the train. Yeah. And when Sam Walker's driving all around London talking into an empty phone, do you know where I was? I went to the Royal Gallery to see my best friend Samson, Paul Rubens' photograph, because I'm a Christian like Samson. Yeah. And rather than go and do something stupid, I went there. He then gets nicked. I'm getting blamed for blowing him up. When he got nicked on the 18th of August or something like that. He came down on the 2nd, got nicked on the 18th. Transpires in the Echo, there was a warrant out for his recall on the 24th of July, before anything started between us. Yeah. And the police let him run for 3 weeks. Because one of the police tactics is to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So they let him run. Now, if he got stopped off the old bill on the 2nd and there's a warrant out for him, he's on the PNC, right or wrong?
Yeah, right.
So he's on the PNC. So why didn't he get nicked? He's either working with the police or he's lying. Make up your mind for yourself. But these are the facts of the matter. All you got to do is look in the paper. And it says his warrant was out on the 24th of July. He had started attacking me on the 27th. He came down to London on the 2nd. I said, I'll fight you in October, lad. Get yourself fist. I'll fight you in October in Wrexham. I tried to get one in here. Nobody would let me fight in Liverpool, but I could get a place in Wrexham, in a nightclub in Wrexham. And I just punched his head in. Yeah, because he's a pudding. He's back in. Now, I called him the agent provocateur because remember when you was talking to me about, well, is all that about, he's an informer, so he does all that so that people don't know him. Yeah. That's what I think about him. I think he does all that bollocks because he was working with the old bill. Because if he did get stopped, why didn't he get nicked? Because he says, he sent me the messages. There was 2 carloads of them that they came down for me. When people come for me, Bill, they don't come on their own. They come with 2 carloads. Yeah, right? Because nobody's really stood in front of me and said, yeah, let's have it. One lad did in jail. I'll give him a shout out for it. Paul Wilson. I robbed him when he was a kid, and he put on me in Risley and demanded an apology from me. Took me into a cell on his own.
Big Paul.
Yeah. Took me into a cell on his own and said, you robbed me when I was a kid. Yeah. And I could see his chest going. But he was ready. And I said, is that all you want? And he said, yeah. I said, I apologise. And then he got me a job. And me and him became friends. But I respected him because he didn't come to me with a team, brought me in his pad and said, I want you to apologise to me for what you did to me when I was a kid.
Fair play, yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to him for that. Yeah. Shout out for him. I think we'll leave it there, Bill.
You know what? On the end, right, I always ask for a pearl of wisdom, right?
Okay.
It's traditional. Oh. So what would you, right, say to a young Stephen French coming through the doors of life? If you had one sentence or one pearl of wisdom or one bit of advice or guidance to offer, what would you say to yourself?
Don't change anything.
Brilliant. Thank you for that.
Cheers.